Hi everyone, hope you're well. It's time for a new video. Now, very soon I'll be making a video about Eurovision 2022 and what I would like it to be like in terms of who I would like to represent certain countries, interval acts. So that'll be coming very soon, and I was going to mention in that video the UK, but then I thought you could make a whole video about the UK and the problem with the UK in Eurovision. So we're going to talk about it now. So there was an article that came out the other day that got people talking, an article from the Daily Mail, of course it had to be the Daily Mail, about Eurovision, the UK in Eurovision, and it's just a typical thing that you hear from the media in the UK all the time. It's the typical Europe hate us, even if we send Paul McCartney, Adele will always come last, that kind of thing that we're used to hearing. The article is claiming or reporting that British record labels are refusing to send any performer to represent the UK in Eurovision because of James Newman getting 0 points because of the humiliation, really, that's what they call it. We have a terrible attitude towards Eurovision in the UK, and when I mean we, I don't mean the fans, I mean the media and people who don't know what they're talking about, basically. In the words of Mariskin, non sa di che cazzo parla. They don't know what they're talking about. It's a very entitled attitude. I think entitled is a good word to describe it, because it's almost as if they think that we, the UK, deserve to be respected in Eurovision just by turning up. And we come last twice in a row. We don't send, very good entries. And it gets blamed, they blame it on everything apart from the actual fact that we're not good enough. It's like, have you ever realised that actually we're just not sending a good song and that's why we're not doing well? It's as simple as that, really. But it gets blamed on everything other than that. It goes back to the whole anti-British, Europe don't like us, we're hated by Europe, we could send Paul McCartney, we'd still come last. It's just that gets repeated all the time. But they just don't really focus on the fact that, well, actually, what we're sending is not good, so you don't get a good result. And that's it. You also hear people say, and this is actually in the article as well, oh, there's no way that our song was the worst on the night. There's no way we deserve to come last. Actually, if you watch the performance back of Embers, it's not good. He sounds very out of breath. The whole thing is just, underwhelming. And the 0 points, of course, it was harsh and unexpected as well. But if you think about it, why would people pick up the phone and vote for that? What reason would people have to vote for that? Why would the juries have given that points? Why would the public have voted for that when we were all too busy picking up the phone and voting for Italy and other things? So I know, it's very harsh, double nil point. But if you think of it, and if you think of all the songs in the final, other than the UK, I think the only other song that you could say was worse or deserved to come last is Germany, and that did get 0 points from the televote as well. But when people say, oh, there's no way our song was the worst, well, actually, think about it, it kind of was. Something else in this article I noticed, and this is about after James got 0 points from the public when the televotes were coming through. The result was greeted with a huge cheer from the audience in the arena in Rotterdam. yeah, the audience were cheering, but they were cheering out of respect for James. You could see all the other artists. There was about a minute after his result was called out before they moved on to Germany. All the other artists around, in the green room were clapping for James, as was the audience in the arena. They were clapping for him out of respect. So, again, it's just making excuses, really. They've decided to end the article, not quite sure why, but they've ended the article like this. This year's winners were glam rockers from Italy who took to the stage in flared lederhosen with their nipples out. So they've taken a dig at what Måneskin were wearing. They've mentioned they've taken a bit of a dig at the winners of the contest, the winners who received and deserved 300 televote points, 300 more than the UK. So yeah, not sure why they've ended it like that, but that song is 500 million times better than anything we could send. So basically, I'm just agreeing with what everybody else is saying. Our attitude towards Eurovision is terrible. Um, we need to take it more seriously. We're not putting the effort in, and that's why we're getting these bad results. But yet, they blame it on everything else apart from the fact that we're not putting the effort in. And, if you look at our entries over the past few years, including Embers, one of the problems I think with UK entries is they're just very kind of outdated and not very of the time, not very contemporary, and a lot of them sound like X Factor winning songs from 2005, and it's the lyrics as well. There's definitely a pattern in our songs with the lyrics. Like the lyrics for Embers are terrible. They're so bad. I noticed that as soon as I heard the song. What, take my hand. What is it? I need to think of the lyrics now. Take my hand, never look back. We're in this together. Forget the past. Something like that. It reminds me of High School Musical. For some reason, when I listen to that song and the lyrics, it just makes me think of a Disney Channel High School Musical song. It's all about holding our hands together, walking through the storm, rainbows, you're not alone, we're in this together, take my hand, don't look back, that sort of thing. Those lyrics pop up in our entries pretty much every time. Yeah, every entry for the past, 5 years. I do think, though, actually, that My Last Breath, our song from 2020, probably would have done a little bit better, especially because 2020 I don't think was quite as strong as 2021. So, yeah, we might not have done that badly if it went ahead in 2020. And we've got 2017, Lucy Jones. That is, quite popular with fans. It's well liked. People are very positive about that. She's got a great voice. The staging was really good. And we came 15th, which is, for us, it's good. So there are, glimmers of positivity throughout the years somewhere. But I mean, if you send a bad, not always a bad song, but not a very competitive song, and something that's just not going to do well compared to all the other much stronger songs on the night, then you won't get the points. And that's it. In terms of who I would like to see represent the UK, I could give you names, but then I think, is there much point, because it wouldn't happen anyway. I don't even know if there's rumours we might go back to a national final, but that's not really confirmed. It could still be internal. Um, but yeah, there are, people I can think of that I think should represent the UK. Fleur East is rumoured, she's been rumoured every year for the past like 2 years. I think she would actually be quite good as well. I think, she'd be quite popular. I think, and again, I know this won't happen, but I think it would be good to send a rock band or some kind of indie rock band because we've got a lot of those in the UK and we're good with that type of music. Something like Royal Blood. I know they wouldn't do it, but something in that style. Um, Something like Wolf Alice, Churches, Nothing But Thieves. Something like that. Because we're good at that sound in the UK. We've got a lot of those type of bands. Um, and also maybe even some new artists, up and coming artists like Arlo Parks, um, somebody like Ella Henderson, Aluna George, um, Foxes, Florrie. Yeah, I've got loads of names I can think of, but I don't think anything will happen, especially if there's a national final. Um, yeah, but let me know who you think should represent the UK, any names that I've mentioned, or anything you can think of. I have no idea how we're going to turn this around, um, who we're going to send next year, but I'm very intrigued to find out. I'm not really positive to find out. I've kind of lost all hope for the UK now. I just think, oh, I don't expect anything, whatever. Um, yeah, it's best not to expect anything. But surely there must be somebody out there who wants to take the opportunity to represent the UK. Surely there must be somebody out there who can do it. But basically, what we all agree with, what the message is, stop blaming everything and just put the effort in and do better. And stop blaming the rest of Europe for something that we're not very good at. So that was my discussion on the issue of the UK in Eurovision, basically agreeing with all the other fans. Um, but let me know what you think. Do you have any other opinions? Who would you like to see represent the UK? Do you think there's another problem that I haven't mentioned? Or do you think actually Europe do hate the UK? Well, feel free to let me know. I'm sure we won't find out anything about the UK representative until probably February, which feels like a long way away. Um, but I thought I'd just get this video in while it's being talked about before we move on to the actual Eurovision 2022 season, which is starting very soon. We don't know the host city yet. Interesting. I'm still waiting to find out. Well, we're all still waiting to find out. Is it Turin, Milan, Bologna? Do they even know? Where are we going next year in Italy? But surely we'll find out very, very soon, hopefully. And we're actually, on the day that I'm filming this, which is Tuesday the 14th, we're apparently finding out the Belgian artist tomorrow, which seems really early. September, yeah, that's very early, but it's content, it's information, something new to discover. So I'm looking forward to finding out who that will be. So thank you for watching as always, and I will see you very soon for my Eurovision 2022 discussion video, who I would like to see represent not every country but some countries, and just the event in general, what I would like it to be like. So that's going to be a very interesting discussion. So join me back then. Thank you. Bye.